Thanks, Brian, and thanks everyone for joining this call today. It's 5 months till the election, it's 6 weeks till the budget, so it's right and proper that we should talk together about where things are at and where our country's going. There's no doubt that the Australian people are desperate for hope. They want to see better prospects for the future than those that they've had over the last 5 years, when they think our country has simply been standing still at best, or more likely going backwards. So our mission for the next 6 weeks, for the next 5 months, or whenever the election is held, is to give people that new hope that things can be better than they are. I want to congratulate everyone for using our plan, because as Brian has just told us, this is far more comprehensive than anything the Labor Party has ever put out at this stage of the electoral cycle. We do have a plan for a better Australia, and that's why we can offer people hope for a better future. We have a plan for stronger communities, which involves putting more faith in the Australian people. We have a plan for a cleaner environment, which involves practical, direct action, not clobbering the economy with a great big new tax. We have a plan for stronger borders, which involves putting back in place the policies that have been proven to work. We have a plan for modern infrastructure, and you'll know about the $1.5 billion that we've committed to the East-West Link in Melbourne, to WestConnex in Sydney, the $1 billion that we've committed to the Gateway Motorway upgrade in Brisbane, the $2 billion extra that we've committed to get the Pacific Highway duplicated, the money we've committed to the Midlands Highway in Tasmania, and there will be further infrastructure announcements in the weeks ahead. Above all else, though, we have a plan for a stronger economy, and that means, it really does mean, living within our means. Everyone who runs a business, everyone who has a household budget knows that you've got to live within your means. Government, in the end, is no different. For a period of time, governments can do things that families and businesses can't, but eventually even governments have got to pay the bills. That's why government has got to live within its means, because if it's living beyond its means, every Australian pays, either through higher taxes or higher interest rates. That's why, as Brian has said, we are not going to engage in the auction that Labor is going to try to run between now and the election, but particularly on Budget Day. We're just not going to play that game. We're just not going to try to buy votes with borrowed money, because we know that this is the path to ruin. And the Australian public understand that. And the message that they're going to get from us every day between now and the election is that we will be prudent, we will be responsible, we will be frugal with money which doesn't belong to government, it belongs to the Australian people. That's why we've got to treat it with the utmost respect. Speaking of the people's money, it really is embarrassing, even to decent members of the Labor Party, what the Gillard government is proposing to do or planning to do with people's superannuation. If Simon Crean and Martin Ferguson don't trust the Prime Minister to deal fairly and squarely with superannuation, why would any Australian? Simon Crean knows what they're planning in the budget. He was a member of the Expenditure Review Committee until just a few days ago. That's why he's now warning us about the government's coming smash and grab raid on people's superannuation. It's not the government's money, it's our money. And our message to the government between now and the budget is hands off Australian superannuation savings, hands off money that belongs to the people, not to the government. And the last thing that any responsible government should be doing is raiding the people's money to fund the government spending. It's just wrong. And that's why the commitment that we are giving to the Australian people is that there will be no unexpected adverse changes to superannuation under a coalition government. So team, this is a critical time. It is a very critical time. Every one of you has done magnificent work, but the tempo has got to lift in the weeks and months ahead. I am incredibly grateful for the support of a strong senior leadership team, the support I've had from Julie Bishop, from Warren Truss, from Erica Betts, from George Brandis, from other senior front benchers like Christopher Pine and Andrew Robb, Malcolm Turnbull, and we will be getting more policies out in the days and weeks ahead. But there's got to be a very consistent message from all of us, and that is no auction, no attempts to bribe the Australian public with money that the government just doesn't have.